Hey friends, it's Rosalind. Welcome back to our gardens and our tiny flower farm. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to be cutting some herbs from the herb garden that we have as our landscaping around the chicken coop. And we're going to make tea with it. I have two recipes that I wanted to share with you. One of them has been our favorite recipe that we have been using all summer long. We love it hot or iced. And then I found a new recipe. I guess it's supposed to taste like Diet Coke. I don't know. We'll find out together. While that is brewing, we are going to go out by the new perennial cut flower garden and we're going to plant a crabapple tree there and create a little flower garden around it. So make yourself a cup of coffee or tea and we are just going to enjoy the day together in the garden. I have my herb basket and my snips to gather herbs with. This is the first thing we're going to be gathering from is the anise hyssop, and you can see this is loaded with pollinators. I have to be careful so I don't get stung by the bumbles. But we're just going to be gathering some leaves. We're not going to be taking the flowers. And this is going to be for our Diet Coke tea recipe. I'm just going to gather a couple handful of the anise hyssop. Oh, the anise hyssop smells so good. So this is the amount that I gathered. The next thing we're going to be gathering for our Diet Coke tea is rosemary. But first I wanted to show you this. Look at the dill. We have some swallowtail caterpillars. There's a lot of them in here. The rosemary's back here, right in front of the coralberry shrubs. Still trying to be careful so I don't get stung. There's so many bumblebees in here. But I'm just going to cut a couple sprigs of rosemary. The recipe asks for pineapple sage, but I don't have pineapple sage, so we're just going to use a regular purple leaf sage. And hopefully we'll kind of have the same effect. Just going to grab a couple hands full. Oh, it smells so nice. We have everything that we need for the Diet Coke tea: sage, rosemary, and anise hyssop leaves. Now we're going to go cut from some gorgeous flowers and from mint so that I can share our favorite tea recipe with you. First, we're going to be cutting from the butterfly pea flowers that we have growing back here on those racks. Aren't these flowers so pretty? This is what they look like. I think we have enough of the flowers. Let's go get the mint. I'm getting ready to plant this raised bed with fall crops, but in these two containers, this is what we're going to be cutting from for our tea. It's chocolate mint and mountain mint. I had started this one from seed. They both smell so good. And I just take, I don't know, like a couple sprigs, and this is what I will do for one small batch of tea. And then the same with the chocolate mint. I will just cut like a whole handful of the chocolate mint sprigs, kind of like that. The last thing we're going to be cutting from for the butterfly pea flower tea is lemon balm that I have up here on the patio herb garden. And we're just, again, going to grab a couple sprigs. Lemon balm smells so good. And I just have, I don't know, almost a handful. Our basket of herbs and our two vessels that we're going to be using to brew our tea in. And I always have a jar of fresh basil sitting on the counter to use in dishes. First, we're going to make the butterfly pea flower tea. This is mountain mint. And I just like to, I use the stems, leaves, everything, tear it up a little bit and put it in the jar. And we have our chocolate mint. Both chocolate mint and mountain mint are refreshing and flavorful. And again, I will just kind of rip it up a little bit, use the stems, leaves, and everything. Or lemon balm, do the same thing. Just rip it up a little bit, use the stems, the leaves, and then the fun parts, our flowers. Lemon balm has a calming effect and can help improve sleep, and butterfly pea flowers are rich in antioxidants. And it's said that the flowers may improve memory and focus. I don't know how true that is. I just love using it in tea, and I love the color that it brings to a tea. I brought my water just to a boiling point, so we're going to pour it over the leaves and the flowers. And you can already see how it's kind of turning to a blue color. Isn't that so pretty? And now we're just going to cover it up and let it steep. For the Diet Coke Taste Delight tea, we're going to start with the sage. And I will again just kind of rip up the leaves a little bit. It's said that sage can aid in digestion and reduce inflammation. I used pretty much all of the sage leaves. Now we're going to use rosemary. And I think I have like 2, maybe 3 sprigs of the rosemary. Rosemary contains antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. It's said that it may improve memory and focus, but I'm going to just rip it up a little bit. We're going to use the stems, leaves, and last, we're going to use the anise hyssop leaves. Anise hyssop is said to aid in digestion, reduce inflammation, I should say, and it can help with respiratory health. Just ripping up the leaves a little bit. The Diet Coke Taste Like tea is supposed to have stevia. I don't have stevia. That's an herb I will be growing next year to naturally sweeten our teas. So I'm just going to use maple syrup to sweeten the tea. And I'm just going to, I don't know, dump maybe an 1/8 cup in there. Again, I just brought the water to a boiling point, and we're going to completely cover those leaves with water. I'm actually going to fill this up completely with hot water. Cover it with a lid, and then we'll let it steep for a while. We'll take a peek at our tea before we head outside. The butterfly pea flower tea is a deep blue. Isn't that so pretty? And the Diet Coke Taste Alike tea is turning brown. In last week's video, I had shared that we're planting a snow crabapple tree that will be overlooking the perennial cut flower garden. So I just measured from the center, or from the edge of the tree, out 30 inches all the way around, and then I spray painted it. Harley came in and removed all of that sod for me, and I have been just going through and removing the rest of the grass roots because we have Bermuda grass, and oh my goodness, that stuff is a pain to get rid of. I did measure to make sure that it's in the center, but we're going to get it planted, and I'll probably plant it a little bit high because we're going to add in some more soil. And I'm also going to lay down, it's not cardboard, but it's kind of like a cardboard paper, maybe more like a craft paper. And then we'll put mulch on top of it and hopefully get some edgers in today yet. We're going to add in a bit of plant starter plant food at the bottom of the planting hole. And I just have like maybe a 1/4 cup in each bag. So I'm just going to, well, that might be enough though. That was maybe more like a 1/2 cup. Kind of mix it in. Get our tree placed. Does it look like it's even? I think maybe we need to tilt it a little this way. How's it looking from there? Oh, I think it looks good. We're going to make sure the soil is all nice and snug around the tree. And then we're going to give it some root stimulator fertilizer. Then we'll put our craft paper down. This is the root stimulator that I use. And I like to use this whenever we're planting trees. It says to add 3.5 tablespoons per gallon of water. Well, that's probably 3.5 tablespoons. Just mix it up and water in the tree. Next, we're going to lay down our cardboard slash craft paper, whatever you want to call it. Just go all the way around. Now we're going to add what's called a raised bed mix. Before we do the mulch, I want to add in these bricks. As I was doing the soil around this tree, I was just thinking, so I had picked up these bricks beside the road, probably a year ago for free. Like somebody just no longer wanted them. With the tree on clearance and the bags of potting soil, I have maybe $60 in this project. The bricks are all laid and oh my goodness, I love it so much already. We're going to add some wood mulch right on top of this soil and then we'll be done. Can you imagine what this will look like in a couple of years once this crabapple fills in, when it blooms white in spring and then it's underplanted with, I ordered British Gamble daffodils and I'll possibly add in tulips in here as well. I'm not totally sure if I want to pack it full with the British Gamble daffodils and add tulips in there as well, or do we want to just do the British Gamble daffodils and then fill all of those gaps with pansies in spring? I don't know. We'll have to see, but next summer we can also just pack it full of summer annuals. It's going to be a fun little planting space, and it'll also bring lots of color out here, like when the cut flower garden isn't fully in bloom. I think we've worked hard enough and we have earned our tea that we made earlier. Let's go taste it. The tea has been steeping for, I think it's been at least 2 hours. This is what the butterfly pea flower is looking like. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? We have 2 glasses of ice. First, we're going to taste this one together. This is supposed to taste like the Diet Coke. See what that one tastes like. Okay, here we go. It is very tasty. I'm not sure that I would call it like a Diet Coke flavor. I'd make it sweeter next time. Add more maple syrup or whatever sweetener you're using, but it's very refreshing. Tastes like summer in a glass. Next, we have our butterfly pea flower. Oh, that color is so beautiful. Okay, let's taste this one together. Oh, I forgot to add sweetener, but oh, it's still so tasty. Another summer in a glass drink. I brought the tea out to the back patio so you can see it better in light. Isn't it so pretty? All right, friends, thank you for joining me around the garden today. And I just noticed I have dirt on my face. Have an amazing week in your own gardens, and I will see you right back here next Saturday. Bye.